In the last class, we discussed, we come to know that what all are the different types of followers are there, what all are the different types of motions are there, what all are the different, with respect to that glimpse we will discuss, what all are the different types of followers means we come to know that the knife edge follower, flat follower or roller follower, mushroom follower, that is also spherical follower. And with respect to the motion we come to know that is what uniform velocity and simple harmonic motion, uniform acceleration and the retardation motion, and cycloidal motion. The construction of that I explained in the last class. With respect to the things, we are going to discuss the first problem with respect to the CAMS. What is the first problem statement? Draw the profile of the cam operating a knife edge follower having a lift of 30 millimeter. The cam rises the follower with simple harmonic motion for 150 degree of the rotation, followed by period of dwell for 60 degree. The follower descend for the next 100 degree rotation of the cam with uniform velocity, again followed by a dwell period. The cam rotates clockwise direction rotation with the least radius of 20 millimeter. This is the statement of the problem. What is the statement? He is telling the things. I will divide it the procedure. So I told you guys while discussing the follower as well as the more types of motion of the things we do, what we are going to discuss here. He specified the four types of motion we discussed. One is the simple harmonic, the uniform velocity, simple harmonic motion, a uniform acceleration and the retardation motion, and the cycloidal motion. Out of four motions, so I may ask any two. So in this particular problem, he is asking the things of what? Simple harmonic motion as well as the uniform velocity. Okay, come to the problem. He is telling the things. Draw the profile of the cam. So that is what graphical things we are going to discuss here purely. He not even asked to find out what is the maximum velocity, maximum acceleration. So he is specified the data and he is asking to represent the cam profile. That's it. So that is what we need to construct the displacement diagram first, then we need to construct the cam profile. So procedure I will explain you guys. Anyhow, first segregate the data from the problem. So first, which type of follower is specified in it? Is specified the knife edge follower. The first thing we come to know that. Next, what is the lift of the follower? I told you guys as while discussing the cycloidal motion. So we need to know about the construction of the circle with respect to the radius. There we use the formula. While explaining the formula of it, I told you guys. So circumference denoted as an S. The circumference is equal to what? 2 pi r else the pi d. So circumference is equal to 2 pi r. So that is what circumference denoted as an S means. S is equal to 2 pi r, or else r is equal to S divided by 2 pi. While discussing that, I told you guys. So the lift of the follower always we are going to represent as an what? S with respect to the cams. S is equal to how much? Is specified 30 millimeter. The cam raises the follower with which type of motion he mentioned? SHM, that is what? Simple harmonic motion. So cam is raised. There is a specification I told you guys as in what? Rise, dwell, return, dwell, or else rise, dwell, descend, dwell, ascend and the descend. Ascend is what? Smaller to the bigger, that is rising. The descent means bigger to the smaller, that is what? Falling. So anyhow, let it be. Ascend. The rise of the follower is what? 150 degree with the which type of motion is it? Simple harmonic motion. What is the rise of the follower? The maximum rise of the follower is 30 millimeter of the rotation. So it's followed by the period of dwell. Dwell in the sense of what? The position of the that is distance of the follower from the profile of the cam will remain same. Only angle will changes. What is the angle? It's an angle of what? 60 degree. What is the distance will remains? Means I told you guys maximum lift is what? 0 to 30 millimeter. So 0 to 30 it will reach of the rotation of the cam of how much? 150 degree with a simple harmonic motion, and the distance will remain same of 30 millimeter. Circumference to the position of the follower for 30 millimeter will remains, and position will changes. That is what? 150 degree to plus 60 means it will become 210 degree. Is it clear? The follower is descent, means it will come back to its initial position for the next 100 degree of rotation. From the next 100 degree, it will come from 30 millimeter to the 0 millimeter rotation of the cam with an uniform velocity. Which motion it is? Uniform velocity. Again, the follower by dwell period is telling the things. Again, the follower by dwell period. What is the meaning of it? Means complete circle having the 360 degree of rotation. Yes or no? First is what? That is rise of the follower is 150 degree. 150 degree. Next, dwell of the 60 degree. 150 plus 60, it will become what? 210 degree. The follower will comes to its initial position by 100 degree. 210 plus 100, 310 degree. 360 minus 310 means remaining angle is how much? 1, that is what? 50 degree. That is what is specified. Instead of specifying the 50 degrees, that well is specified again followed by a dwell period. That is what? 50 degrees, the dwell period. Cam rotating in the clockwise direction rotation with a least radius of how much? 20 millimeter. So that is what in the problem is specified. Cam rotating in the clockwise direction. Cam rotates in the clockwise direction means we need to represent the cam profile in the counterclockwise direction. Majority of the problem is we are going to discuss clockwise. If we not even specified it, we are going to assume it which is rotating in the clockwise direction. Whether if we specified cams rotating in the counterclockwise direction, then what it will happen? We need to construct the displacement of the cam in the clockwise direction of rotation direction. So what is the least radius of the cam? It's on 20 millimeter. Anyhow, so now segregate the data. Data is what? OS, outstroke I specified 150 degree. Dwell is equal to 60 degree. RS, return stroke, is equal to how much? 100 degree. Next, dwell is 50. 150 plus 60, 210. 210 plus 100, 310. 310 plus 60, 50, it will become 360. Complete rotation 360. Dwell we are not going to divide it. Why we are not going to divide it? The position of the follower will, that is distance from the tip of the follower to the circumference of the cam circle will remain same. So that's why we are not going to divide the dwell. Outstroke and the return stroke we are going to divide it. I told you guys we can able to divide it as per our convenience. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, whatever it may be. But for us, convenient way is the 6 subdivision. So that's why I will elect the 6. Outstroke is equal to 150 divided by 6 means you will get a 25 degree each subdivision. So dwell is equal to 60 degree. We are not going to divide it. Return stroke 100 degree. 100 degree divided by 6 means 16.67 degree. The dwell is how much? 50 degree. This is the data is specified in it. Least radius while constructing the cam profile, there we are going to use that the radius of 20 millimeter to construct the that is profile of the cam. So anyhow, first we will discuss the next we are going to discuss the construction of the displacement diagram. The majority we are going to use the graph sheet. You can able to construct the displacement diagram by using the that is white sheet also, but it will takes the much time to construct it. Anyhow, let it be. So I told you guys representation of the displacement diagram, horizontal line which will indicates the angle, angular displacement. Vertical line will represent the lift of the follower. That is what? Horizontal line is what? Angular displacement. X-axis. Y-axis is what? Lift of the follower. So convenient way, scale we need to consider. I consider the scale for this particular problem is x-axis is equal to 1 centimeter. That is x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 20 degree. Y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 30 millimeter. So look over the things. How many subdivision you are going to get it here? 1, 2 in the x-axis. 1, 2, the cubes I am telling you guys the cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 cubes in the x-axis means 18 2s are 36. That is what? 360 degree. Y-axis, how many cubes? So we are going to get it. So y-axis we are going to get the 3 cubes. 1, 2, 3. So the lift of the follower is 30 millimeter, which will take the 3 cubes in the y-axis. The angle of the displacement is how much? It's the 360 degree, 18 cubes it's considered in the x-axis. So see here, before constructing we need to divide that. What are the action? What are the action is given in the problem? Is given the outstroke, dwell, return stroke, dwell. The above the displacement diagram I represented OS, outstroke, next one is the dwell, next one is the return stroke, next one is the dwell. The sequence we need to follow, sequence properly. So before constructing it, we need to divide what is the outstroke angle, what is the dwell angle, what is the return stroke angle, and what is the remaining angle dwell. So outstroke angle is what? 150 degree. In the below the displacement diagram I constructed, so always dimensioning should be above that line, but here I made it as an below that line because there the numbering I made it, so which will create a confusion. So that's why I made it as an 150 below that line. So that is what? 150 degree. 150 degree means what is the angle? I told you guys 1 centimeter is equal to how much? 20 degree. 150 degree means divided by 20, you will get it what? 7.5. 7.5 cubes. Count the things: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the here what I mentioned, the number 6 is the half. How many subdivision? 7 subdivision. Next one is what? Dwell. 60 degree means 3 that is cubes. So 1, 2, 3. How many cubes is covered here? 3 cubes. Next one is what? Return stroke. What is the angle? 100 degree. 100 degree means how many cubes it will get? It's going to consider. That is what? 5. 5 means look over the things. 1, 2. So count the things from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 cubes. The remaining is what? 50 degree. 50 divided by 20 means 2.5. Remaining is what? 2.5. The process that the space is covered. So that is what first you need to do, the dividing the outstroke, dwell, return stroke, dwell. After that, what is the type of motion in the outstroke? Outstroke 150 degree by using the simple harmonic motion. How we are going to construct the procedure of the simple harmonic motion? Constructing the semicircle at the left face for the outstroke. Left face I am constructing the semicircle. How? What is the lift of the follower? Lift of the follower is 30 millimeter. Radius, that is 30, half means it you are going to 15 centimeter. Take the 15 centimeter, that is what? 1.5 centimeter, or else the 15 millimeter. Take the 15 millimeter radius and construct the semicircle. After constructing the semicircle, leave as it is. I told you guys as how many subdivision we made it. The subdivision is equal to how much? The 6. So each subdivision will carry 25 degree. So one, that is cube, will carry the 20 degree with respect to the x-axis. 25 degree means 22 and a half. That is, so one cube carries the 20 degree means one line in it. Cube in the x-axis is what? 10 lines you are going to get it. 10 lines means each line will carry the 1 millimeter distance from one to the other. Complete 1 cube means you are going to get it with respect to x-axis 1 centimeter, y-axis 1 centimeter. So that is what, as per the scale in the x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to what? 1 unit is equal to what? 20 degree. 1 unit carries 10 subdivision means one line carries 2 degree. So that is what, which will cover 22 degree means 25 degree means it's going to cover 12 and a half line. Count it. 1, that is what? 1 unit is 10 lines. Next 2 and a half. You can easily observe the things. 2 and a half. There I mark it as an what? Number 1. You are getting my point. So visually first and second problem you guys will feel like it's a complicated. But once you start writing it, it's not a complex thing. It's the easiest one. So next one is what? 12.5 plus 12.5. 25. It will get it 25. 25 plus 12.5. 37.5. 37.5 plus 12.5, 50. 50 plus 12.5, 62.5. 62.5 plus 12.5, 75. That is what? 7.5 unit means you are going to get the 75 lines here. So that is the thing I constructed. Next, in the left side, with respect to the vertical, constructing the semicircle. That semicircle again you need to do it as an what? 6 subdivision. 180 degree divided by 6 means you are going to get it 30 degree each. So that is what? So 0, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, 120, 150, 180. So that is what? Construct. First one is what? What I have marked here, 12.5 line after 25 lines after 37.5, same 50, 62.5, 75. There construct the vertical line from the each point, from the point of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With respect to the angle of 30 degrees, 60, 90, 120, 150 and that's 180. There you need to construct the horizontal line where that first and the first will matches. That point is what? Highlighting. Second and the second, you just observe the second and the second, third and the third, fourth and the fourth, fifth and the fifth, and the sixth and the sixth. Where that each line will intersect, that point is called as an what? Highlighting. That is what? 0 on the 0 you will get it A, B, C, D, E, F, G. By using the smooth curve, join the each point, you will get the displacement of the follower in the smooth curve. Next one is what? Dwell, 60 degree. Dwell in the sense of what? From the circumference of the cam to the position of the follower will remain, distance will remain same, position will change. So that is what? 60 degree moment you are going to represent, and the position of the follower will remain same. Next one is what? Return stroke. What is the return stroke? 100 degree. So divided by 6, 16.67 degree you are going to get it. The same thing, 16.67 means you are approximately it's going to take 8.5, that is 8.5 line you are going to cover with respect to it. Mark that 8.7 line, 8.5 lines. So that is what? Next 0 dash, 1 dash, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dash highlighted here. So after that what? So which type of motion? Vertical line you are going to construct it. Which type of motion it is? Return stroke. It's a uniform velocity. Uniform velocity for the outstroke means left bottom corner to the right top corner, the diagonal, straight diagonal line. But here is what? Return stroke. So that is what? Left top corner to the bottom right corner by using the straight line. That is what? Diagonal line. Where the diagonal will intersect the vertical lines, that points we are going to write it H, I, J, K, L, M, N. So after reaching the sixth one, remaining is the dwell. Construct the line for the dwell. So dwell position, that is what is the meaning of dwell? The distance between the follower as well as the circumference will remain same, and the angle will change. That is the thing, which is the end of the construction of the displacement diagram. Next one is that is what? Cam profile. So in the problem is specified 20 degree radius. So 20 degree radius means take the 20 degree with respect to the compass, that is compass with respect to the scale. So construct the 20 degree radius circle. After constructing the where the midpoint you consider, with respect to the midpoint, construct the vertical line till the touching the circumference of the circle. After touching the circumference of the circle, construct the knife edge follower. Knife edge follower, which what you are observing here, that is the position. So after that I told you guys, so for us, so now for us, what is the line you are observing? This line is the reference for us for the future work reference. So what is the reference for the future work? Keep that protractor for this reference line. I am zooming it. So that is what line, the where that is knife edge is lying on it, that is the reference line for us. That is the particular reference line. So there we need to place the protractor. So things what you need to do, divide that angles here. So that is what? Outstroke. Keep the protractor here. 150 degree means you are going to get it. So keep the protractor somewhere here, you are going to get the 150 degree. So that is what? Mark it. That is mark on the circumference of the circle, and by using the scale extend. While marking the 150 degree, you need to divide it as a 6 subdivision. 6 subdivision means again the 25 degree, 50, 75, 100, 125 as well as 150 degree. That is what? So what you are observing, the line, first line, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, each line carries the 25 degree. I told you 6 subdivision. After that, by using the protractor, 150 plus 60 means 210 degree. So either you can able to place on the 0th line or else the 6th line Zeroth line means you need to measure it as an 210 degree. If you keep the protractor on the sixth line, the angle is what? 60 degree. So after that, if that is what remaining is what? Return stroke of how much? Return stroke 100 degree. So that is what, keeping that the protractor and the zeroth line, measure that 100th line. So 100 degree means somewhere here you will get it, that is the 6 dash it is. So again you need to divide the 100 degree as in 6 subdivision. So that is what, by using the help of what, that 600 divided by 6 means you will get it 16.67. By using the protractor, mark the 16.67, same addition of each, you will get 0 dash, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash. Is it clear? Which will complete the division of the outstroke and the return stroke. Now what is your duty means, look over the thing, 0 and the A, which will be in the initial position. So that is what I represented the 0 here. There the position is the position of the as well as the A. So that is the position. Next one is what? From the circumference of the circle. From the circumference of the circle, look over the distance of what? 1 to B. 1 to B you need to measure. So keep the, by using the compass, place on the circumference of the circle, cut an arc on the first line. Where exactly the arc will cut, that point is called as an what? Alphabeting or else numbering. Next, similarly, next one, from the 2 to C, take the measurement of the 2 to C by using the compass. Place the needle where the second line is crossing the circumference of the circle. Place it that is what? Needle of that compass. Cut an arc on the second line. Where that second line arc will intersect where that arc will intersect the second line, that point you are going to mark it as a number 2. That same procedure for the second, as well as a 3 to B, 4 to E, 5 to F, 6 to G. You are going to follow the same procedure. If you measure at the sixth one by using the scale, circumference of the circle to the point of the sixth one will be the 30 millimeter. So as it is the same procedure you are going to follow for the dwell as well as the return stroke. Excuse me. After doing that, you are going to use the smooth curve to join the each point, which are the point you are going to join it as a smooth curve. That curve, that is shape, what you are going to get it, that is the profile of the cam.